Alright, guys, I'm making a video on karma today. A lot of people think, what is karma? Hmm, okay. I want to tell you what it's not, and this is just my opinion, but I think that karma is not some godly figure watching you from a distance and, trying to punish you for your bad deeds and trying to reward you for your good deeds. It's not that, you know. I'm sorry, I just ran and I just got back after running, so my voice is gonna crack a little bit. But karma is more about action and who you are, because uh, I'd really like to use some examples here. Let's say there's a lady who is a wonderful daughter. Mm-hmm. Now, what she does is she spends her lifetime loving her parents, caring for them, and just being a very good human being and a very good daughter. And caring doesn't mean just caring for her parents' health or caring for their finances. Caring for them enough to be honest with them, caring for them enough to be truthful to them, to be loyal to them, to not conceal things from them, that is part of being caring. For me, when I say my boyfriend is very caring, that means what I'm saying is not that he buys me expensive gifts or he takes me out for a movie. He is caring because he cares for me enough to tell me the truth every single time. He cares for me enough to be loyal to me, open and vulnerable about everything, loyal to the point I can literally take his phone and read every conversation that he has had with anybody, like he has nothing to hide with me. That's caring. That's care. That's not just honesty or sincerity. That's loyalty, you know? So, so let's say she's a very caring daughter. Now she has a daughter of her own, and that daughter grows up watching her mom care for her parents. And now it comes very naturally for the daughter to care for her mom. So later, when the lady ages, when she's 70, 80, and her daughter steps into her shoes, it's very natural. And that's what karma is, you know? One may say, wow, the mother was a very good daughter, and now she has a very good daughter. Well, she created her because she was so good, and her daughter watched her every day. So her daughter became someone like her mother. That's her mother's karma. It's true, it is her karma. But you see how the cause and effect relationship goes? That's karma. So if I try to hurt you tomorrow, if you and I are very good friends and I hurt you tomorrow, okay? I hurt your feelings, and like, I'm not talking about hurt like we hurt each other every day, we fight over petty matters, not that hurt, like big hurt. Maybe I'm your husband and I engage in illicit relationship with another woman, or maybe I do something like really bad, that kind of hurt. Or maybe I'm your friend, I'm not your husband, but I cut off all communication with no explanation whatever, and the other friend is like, what happened, why is she not talking to me? I mean, a little above average kind of things. They definitely get a payback when someone else does it to them. But why does someone else do it to them, sorry? They don't do it to them because there's a godly figure watching, trying to ensure that what you do to someone comes around to you. They do it because if I if I am capable of hurting you, then I am someone who has the capacity to display hurtful behavior. You know, when I yell at you, when I'm mad at you, that's still better because at least I'm yelling. But when I've ghosted you totally, like I don't exist in your life anymore, I'm gone, and the other person is just wondering, when I do that, then that means that I am someone who can do that. Any kind of bad thing. It could be engaging in an illicit relationship, in adultery, anything. If I do that, then that means I am someone capable of doing that. And what happens is I end up doing something wrong. I end up crossing a boundary, and crossing a boundary is not just when the results of it are visible. Crossing a boundary doesn't just mean you do that in romantic relationships or in parent child relationships where a child has drugs. So he crossed a boundary and he should be grounded and not be allowed to leave home. Of course, that is crossing a boundary. But crossing a boundary also means not doing your part in a relationship. If two people are in a relationship and I don't do my part well, not once or twice, but consistently, I am crossing a boundary. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do in that relationship. Maybe I'm giving a 40% when the other person is giving 100%. If that person is giving a 300%, that person is over emotional. It's their problem. But if they are giving a basic 100%, and if all I'm giving is 40% or less than that, I am crossing a goddamn boundary by not leveling up to their level of output. That is also crossing a boundary. So, when you cross a boundary, you are someone who is capable of crossing a boundary. You are someone who is um, somebody who can display hurtful behavior. So, what happens is, have you seen the sun and how well it shines? It shines so bright you can't look at it. If you do, you'll burn your eyes. Your eyes won't function normally ever. It's not advisable to look at sun. Don't even try it. But if you do, what happens? What happens is, the sun is bright. So think of how warm. Just think for a minute there. Stop thinking about people. When you're feeling cold, let's say it is snowing outside, and even if it's not snowing, it's windy and it's very cold, and you are wearing 3 or 4 layers of dresses. It's cold. Oh, you're dying for coffee. And then there's some sunshine in different parts of the world. And then a lot of people are like, oh, relieved, thank God the sun is shining. And then you go out in the sun. What does it do to your skin? It gives you warmth. You start feeling warm after a little while. You feel warm here, here, here. You even post pictures on Instagram saying, sun kissed. Okay, and then you turn your back, and then it gives you warmth again, again, again. After a little while, you take out your first layer of cloth, and you're like, I feel better. That's what sun does to you. It gives you warmth. Imagine how loving, if sun were a human being, how loving and warm must it be, to make somebody else feel so warm in its presence, you know? So if somebody else has a bad mood and they sit with me for 5 minutes and then they say, Asmita, oh my God, I don't have a bad mood anymore. So if I can do that to someone, just an example, imagine with how much love, joy, and compassion I must have for me to be able to make somebody else's day when they were in a bad mood. Imagine how high my vibration is. Imagine how high sun's vibration is. You know, when the moonlight, it has such a calming effect. It feels so calm, so peaceful. I had a very stressful day. I fought with everyone at my workplace. I fought with my friends. I fought with my family members. And then I look up at night. I see the moon. Beautiful. Wow, it's a full moon today. I instantly take my phone and I take a picture of the moon. It makes me feel calm. Imagine how calm the moon must feel for the moon to make somebody else feel that calm when he or she looks at it. Imagine how calm the moon must be. So, what I'm trying to say is, when you are in a lower vibration as a human being, you indulge in hurtful behavior. When you are a high vibrational person, all you can make someone else feel is happy, joyful, loved. You are not capable of making someone feel less of themselves, someone feel petty, someone feel like they shouldn't exist or that their existence doesn't matter. You cannot make someone, anyone in the entire world, no exceptions. You cannot make them feel that way when you are so full of love and joy yourself and you feel that. So that's all you're going to make. My dad is a gentleman. My dad cannot make anybody, and when I say no exceptions, no effing exceptions. No exceptions. Okay? My dad doesn't make anybody feel bad. So even if there's one exception, you've lost it. Does the sun ever say, I'm gonna shine in Toronto, but I won't shine for New York? The sun keeps shining. That is high vibration. If you are able to, now a person has lower and higher vibrations, it just keeps fluctuating throughout the day. It does, because we are all human beings, right? Even the sun sets and it rises again, the sun is also not an exception. But what I'm saying is, whenever at a point of time when you are displaying behavior that you shouldn't be displaying, that means you must definitely feel it in your own heart for you to emit that or project that outside. You cannot project anything outside by your behavior unless you first feel it in your heart, think or believe it or feel it in your mind, and then it translates into your words. And if it doesn't translate into your words, it translates in your body language and your actions if you're not trying to speak. But it does project itself out. It doesn't remain inside you. But you can't project something out without first feeling it yourself. So all the hatred or all the hurtful behavior that I am displaying or projecting out is first felt inside me. And it's like, पहले मैंने अपने आप को जलाया, फिर मैं वो जलन बाहर डाल रही हूँ. तो सामने वाला तो जला, लेकिन पहले मैं जली. Sorry guys, it's for my Hindi audience. Getting it? So, खुद को जलाना पड़ेगा, तभी किसी और को जला पाओगे. Not जलन वाला जलाना. Destroying them. My American friends, what I'm trying to say is, you've got to burn from within to try and burn somebody else on the outside. When I'm hurting you, when I'm rejecting you, I'm burning you. But I can only do that when I'm burning myself. If I'm very happy, if I'm a very sweet person, if I'm very sensitive, then I will not do it, because I will not be able to do it for anybody in the world. The fact that I can do it even for one person indicates that I'm someone capable of doing it. And that means I have to first feel those bitter things inside for me to project them outside. So I have already received my karma, because I first gave that bitterness and that hatred and that ignorance to myself, and I then projected it outside. Likewise, if I'm trying to make your day special, I'll try to cook food for you, I'll try to buy gifts for you because I love you. When I'm cooking food, I'm smiling. Why am I smiling? Because I'm excited for you. I love you. When I'm buying gifts for you, I go to the shop smiling, looking at different products, looking at different clothes, thinking what I can buy for you. And I'm smiling. Why? Because you're so special to me. Even preparing for you, even the idea of gifting something to you makes my day. And then I give the gift to you. The minute I present it before you, you look and you smile. So what's happening here? What's happening is, before giving the joy to you, I first felt it in my heart. That's my karma. And what happens is, when I am someone who is going through the effort of gifting things to someone, not because they'll then love me, not because they'll then praise me, not because if I give gifts to them, I'll be their most favorite. That is coming from a very insecure, shitty place. That's not coming from a confident, strong, loving. At least that's not love. That is love for yourself. That is not love for the other person. To To feel love for the other person, you have to detach yourself from the outcome of what the other person, you just want to give them joy and happiness. That's all you want to do when you love them. Okay? So I feel that love within me much before the other person feels it when I give the gift to them. So I have already been rewarded, you know? So that's what I'm trying to say. That is how karma. So what happens is if I'm that loving a person, I'm going to wake up with loving thoughts. I'm going to sleep with loving thoughts because it takes a very loving person to love someone else without the expectation of them loving you back. If you are that person, then you have to be very, very loving. And if you are very, very loving, like literally very loving, then that vibration goes towards your interactions with other people. And you get what you put out in the world. So the same love comes back to you. The whole world is a mirror. And when you are not so loving, when you have trouble communicating your expectations and desires, when you have trouble trusting other people, trusting them enough that they would work on themselves, then that's not actually a lack of trust in them. You don't trust yourself. Because if I can be a rank holder, I trust that anybody else can be a rank holder. If I can sing well, I'll trust that anybody can sing well because I sing well. So anyone can. We judge the capability of other people based on how capable we assume ourselves to be. And when we see someone doing better than our own judgment of ourselves, we call them perfect. And when we see someone doing less, we judge them. That's crazy, man. It's just that you think someone else's bandwidth of what they can do and what they cannot do. You try to base it on your own bandwidth. And so if I don't trust in your ability to improve as a person, I don't trust in my own ability to improve as a person. I don't trust in my own ability to change. That is why I have such a difficult time trusting that you can change. So if I'm that difficult, that complicated a person, that will reflect in one relationship, then it will reflect after 6 months, 1 year, it will start reflecting in my other relationships. And then after 4 years, it will start reflecting in 20 relationships. Because that's who I am. I am not the sun emitting light and warmth and love. I am not the moon giving a calm and peaceful feeling. I'm that deadly ghost, that spirit at night, which doesn't have a body, it's just freely roaming around, you know, restless. So that's what I'm emitting. That is karma, you know. So if you are someone who has difficulty in communicating, uh, you know, in confronting things, in communicating things, in feeling things that have to be felt, in doing the talk that is necessary, or in being a good person to someone in your life, very, very soon it will start reflecting in all of your relationships. It won't just be limited to one. If a businessman runs one business successfully, he will start another line of business. Look at Reliance. Reliance has so many different businesses. Tata has so many different businesses. Kingfisher has had so many different businesses. Because if you are successful in one, you will replicate it everywhere. If I do one good audit, I'll do another good audit. It's as simple as that. If I can handle one client, I can handle 10. If I can screw up one relationship, it will goddamn spill in my other relationships. There is no chance that it won't, because that's who I am. So I am going to screw up more than just one or two relationships. I'll screw up probably 10 or 15 before I even realize, you know, if I don't take care of that one, however insignificant that person may be in my life, if I don't take care of it, my habit of doing that, of avoiding things, will, mark my words, highlight, bold, underline, by heart my words, it will go to other relationships. And before I know, I am an emotionally detached and unavailable person, not willing to be trusted and not willing to trust. So, what do? I indulge in more low vibrational behaviors: alcohol, cigarette. No, I'm not from those, my family values don't permit me. Stress eating, overeating. If my family values don't permit me to drink alcohol, what do? I watch porn. I watch nude women. I, to distract myself from my own soul, asking me to be a better person, I watch one movie after the other movie after the other movie. Watching movies is fine. Everyone does that. Every human being does that. But watching it one after the other, what are you trying to avoid? you know, Engaging in anything addictive or oversleeping or overworking, workaholism. Working is fine, but workaholism alone or watching movies alone is not something bad. But when you see a person overall and what he or she does in combination, like a lot of things combined together, you really just figure out whether that person is trying to avoid something and it's just easier to distract yourself, or if that person is just trying to keep herself or himself entertained. So yeah, that is karma. And what goes around comes around, because that's just who you are. If I'm a sweet person, I'm going to look at everyone like they're very sweet. If I'm a bitter person, I'm going to look at everyone like they're very bitter, you know So if I'm a sweet person and someone is bitter, but I'm too sweet to figure out that they are bitter, I'll sleep with a smile on my face. If someone is bitter and sweet people approach them, that bitter person won't sleep with a smile on their faces. They will laugh, but they won't smile. Their jawline and lips and teeth may smile, but that's not going to be a smile from the heart. That's not going to be a smile from the eyes. And happy people, they just smile differently. You know the difference between a smile which is done from a clear conscience or a smile which is done for a picture, or a smile that comes from the eyes, knowing that they are good people. They have never hurt a single soul. How nice to know that you've not hurt somebody ever. So, yeah, keep your karmas right, be high vibrational, wake up between 5 to 6, walk in the grass barefoot, exercise to the point that you feel exhausted and tired and you gasp for breath. Exercise to this point. Sweat, take a nice shower, feel the warm water on your skin. Enlighten your brain. Don't just keep using your body for household chores. Read news. Your brain really needs to know what is happening in the world that has nothing to do with people and personal relationships, that has something to do with politics, with, I don't know, something, especially for women, something that has got nothing to do with cooking and makeup. You know, develop yourself, do a certification, or do something else. Just do something intelligent, man. Use your brain. And then read a nice book, listen to lovely music. Don't indulge in a lower vibrational act of looking at sensual dance of naked women and with no music, nothing. It's just pinky hippie shiva loki. It's very lower vibrational. Listen to Munna Bhai MBBS or listen to Aishwarya Rai. Saazin dil chhedo na, chup ho kyun gao na. Be a loving person. Be high vibrational. Okay? And soon good things will happen to you. And if bad things happen to you, don't worry. Their karma is coming for them. Ciao, ciao.